So, what's up, man? What's up, everybody? Just wanted to tell a little story about. I'm gonna try and do this story in a British accent. All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Stanley, and I just wanted to tell you a little story about a day I was sitting in the car, and something incredible happened to me. You won't believe what happened. Okay, so I'm chilling in the crib, eating some food, and you know, the food was delicious. I crushed the food. I was satisfied, and you know what happens when you after you eat. You want to hit a little blunt. So I had to go to the store because I didn't have any more roll-ups. So I went to the store, and my accent is completely messed up. So I'm going to try to get the accent back. So. So I went to the store, and as I went to the store, actually I couldn't remember, but I purchased a roll up called a Rustler. So as I purchased this Rustler, I walked back to the car and I entered the car. As I entered the car, I proceeded to open the pack because I'm always anxious to know if I got a good pack or not. So I opened up the pack and I pulled out the three Rustlers that were in the pack. I saw that two were very bad, but there was one. There was one that stood out of the two. It was very strange, but I looked at it and it was incredible because this one was perfect. The veins were very tiny. The thickness of the leaf was like middle class, like me, and it was actually just as brown as I was. So I was incredibly enthusiastic about the type of roll up that I discovered, and I was very intrigued and I was excited. So as I proceeded to lick it, and I was very excited as I licked the roll up, and I was ready to prepare it and ready to go with it, and everything was great, and life was just good, and everything was just perfect, and nothing can destroy anything, and nothing could come and destroy anything in my life, and it was just perfect. As I was licking it and just licking all around, just all over the place. It dropped. As I'm in the car, this thing just dropped. So I'm like, no problem, no problem. Things fall all the time. There's the 3 minute rule, the 5 days rule. With these type of things, there are so many different type of rules. But I go with the 5 second rules because the air conditioner is on, and if you don't find it, it will dry up. So I proceed to search for this thing. You won't believe what happened next. Actually, I kind of think, and I kind of think you know. So I proceeded to search for this thing under the seat. I didn't see it. So I said, you know what? Maybe it flipped, hit something, bounced, and went to the passenger seat. Under the seat, maybe, because I couldn't see it on top of the seat. So I proceeded to search under the seat. I searched under the seat and I still didn't see anything. So I was kind of wondering like what could happen. So I started to look in the creases in the car. Like, okay, maybe the car has some holes somewhere where the thing could just slide into and just play a trick with me. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be playing tricks with today. So I'm gonna carefully look at every corner of the car. But guess what? As I proceeded to search for this thing, I started to find all kinds of things that I've been missing for a long time that I didn't bother to search for. I found a very old rare coin that I lost. I found some candy. I found $100 bill. I found a $50 bill, a $20 bill. I found a one. I'm lying about the money, but I found a bunch of coins, and it was crazy because as I found these things, I was finding even more and more and more things. Man, fucking, I found old air compressor. I found an old bunk bed. I found an old motorcycle that I lost. Man, I even found a midget. So as I proceeded to look for this thing, I still didn't find it. So I was like, "What the hell? This is crazy." So I said, "I gotta find this thing. This thing has gotta be somewhere in this car because I was in the car when this thing fell." So I said, "You know what? Maybe if I get out of the car and bend over and look under the seat, I'll be able to find this thing." So I got out of the car. I bent over. I looked under the seat, and you won't believe what I saw under the motherfucking seat. Guess. I'm giving you 3 seconds. Three, two, one. Too late. It was Michael Jackson. He was under my seat. It was 2016. This happened yesterday. He was under my seat. I'm joking about that, and I'm not making fun of him, but I love that man. He was cool as shit. It wasn't him. It was actually my ex girlfriend. Yes, she was hiding under my seat, and I was like, "How the fuck did you get under my seat? And how do you even fit there?" So I looked even closer and I realized that it was just an hallucination. So as I looked even closer and even closer and closer, I realized that there was nothing there. So I said, you know what? I'm tripping. maybe I shouldn't be looking for this thing and just get in the car and just go home. So I said, yeah, I'm just gonna get back in the car and just go home. So as I got back in the car, I closed the door. I put the car in drive. I heard a voice. What the fuck you doing? I'm like, what? Yeah, and the voice said it again. What the fuck you doing? I'm like, what? Who is that? And I said, and it said me. I said, woo, what? What? It said Blunt. I said, Blunt? Wrote that? Like, yeah. I was like, you know I'm out here. You know I'm still in here, drying out somewhere in the corner, somewhere in the crease. You just gonna leave me in here? I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga? Am I tripping? He's like, you know I'm in here. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know I'm supposed to be the next one. You know I'm the one, the only one, the one that you picked out. You know I'm the one. You chose me. I'm the chosen one. You just gonna leave me in the crease somewhere in your vehicle to dry out and rot so that you can find me in 2 years or 3 years and just crush me up and throw me away? Nigga, I have to be smoked, my nigga. I was like, what the fuck is this? Am I crazy? Or then I remember a couple of days ago when the doctor diagnosed me and said, Stanley, you are certified crazy person. I'm just joking. Nobody ever certified me as crazy, except for back in the day when the doc said I was retarded. But then he's realized that I wasn't, and I was actually a genius. And he said that, hey, what's 1 plus 1? I said 1 plus 1 can be divided and can be defined by so many. And he said, okay, you can stop there. I see you're a genius. I'm lying about that, but I like that kind of story, so I like to tell that story. Just like the scratch on my face that I got that from a lion in jungle fighting in Africa somewhere. But I fuck with that, so I went with that. I went with that. I go with that. I go with that. I went with that. So why not? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling and wondering, asking people, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? Where did it, is this possible? So, as I'm talking right now, I actually actually, a couple of seconds, really forgot what I was talking about. But then I remember that I was talking about the little roll up that got missing in my car and started talking to me, talking about somebody gonna leave him in the crease. But at the end of the day, long story short, I looked around, and he magically just lifted himself up out of the creases, and I picked him up, I unrolled him, and guess what? It was too late. He was dry. So I crushed him up, picked up his friend from out of the patch, you know what I'm saying? Crushed up some blood, put it in that, you know what I'm saying? Inhaled. I was down, man. I was down. So at the end of the day, man, the story's all about the end of the day. And that story is that if you the first one to get picked, it doesn't mean that you might be the last one. You might be the third. Or you might not be the one at all. So take it easy, my brother.